Ah, good old Inferno T-side spawn music. There's something so soothing about this simple tune restlessly looping in on itself, accompanied by the soft noise of flowing water and the chirping birds. Doesn't necessarily help that I'm writing this whilst the sun is literally shining right at me, well, anyway. My, where did our beloved CSGO go off to? Surely I can't be the only one who's nostalgic for this game, which was only taken down 2.5 years ago already? Oh my god. Just hearing this tune again, thinking back to all the games played, all the late nights and all the friends I used to play with, whom most of them I haven't even spoken to or heard of in years now. But the memory remains, and that's important, right? But at the same time I have to ask myself, who am I to feel nostalgic for something that ended about 2 years ago, when there are probably guys out there double my age who played Counter-Strike Source, or even Counter-Strike 1.6, hell, even the fucking Half-Life mod when they were my age. And these shut down years and years ago. A more fitting metric would be decades by now. Like, what about them? They made memories and played with guys they haven't seen in decades. Some of them might even be dead by now. I'm not even joking, that has a pretty high possibility of having happened. But if we actually try and boot up, say, Counter-Strike Source, we kind of notice a little something. Sure, most of these servers, the game displays are empty, but also, A, there still is a whole lot of them, and B, a whole lot of them, not all of them, but a whole lot of them are still populated. And the fact that there even are this many servers still being actively maintained, or perhaps simply forgotten about, tells us one key thing about this game. Old Counter-Strike wasn't taken from us. It's very much still an ongoing thing. Okay, so what's actually the difference between, say, Counter-Strike 2 and an older Counter-Strike, the game like Counter-Strike Source? Well, for starters, these games rely on the classic old-school shooter server system. No bullshit matchmaking that pits you against a group of racist cheaters, which will only end up detected once the last round of the game is hit and you already suffered through the most miserable 40 minutes of your life. No, to play you either make a server or you join a server. Most of these bigger servers are even able to run custom software to allow custom game modes, which we'll take a look at later. For those who don't know, Counter-Strike Source is the third installment in the Counter-Strike series, released by Valve in 2004. The grand year of Resident Evil 4, Half-Life 2, GTA San Andreas, and Halo 2. All in all, a pretty eventful year for video games. It was renowned back then for its tactical approach to shooter gameplay and was the absolute bread and butter of every LAN party back in the early 2000s. While most shooters went down the simple avenue of putting players on a map and handing them a gun to shoot each other, Counter-Strike said, well, let's just give one team a bomb and mark one of 2 bomb sites and they need to blow it up. As well as an economy system that requires every player to financially think about which guns they're buying and what utility they're going to use in the round. If you die, you drop your hard-earned guns, and if you kill someone, you earn money, allowing you to buy more and more powerful guns. Oh, did you just spend half a mortgage on a Magnum sniper rifle? Well, too bad, some loser just absolutely dunked you with a deagle. Say bye-bye. Despite this type of gameplay being the main draw of Counter-Strike, I have found it's actually quite hard to find servers that support and run the classic Counter-Strike Defusal and or hostage gameplay. But that doesn't stop me from simply creating my own server and playing against bots. And would you look at that map selection. Counter-Strike 2 can only dream of having this many cool maps. My god. Oh, what do I pick? Well, let's just go with the classic Nuke. So hopping in, this is Nuke. One of the absolute classic maps that's still a staple today. I'm only playing with bots, but these do have their wits about them. I got killed by bots more times than I'm willing to admit, actually. Somehow the weapons also feel like they pack a lot more of a punch, and the recon is a lot more aggressive than it is nowadays. But in general, there's not a whole lot to say about this, because I'm still practically playing by myself on my computer with bots. So let's move on, open the Find Server tab and pick one out. Actually, I want to check out Dust 2. Probably my and everyone else's favorite map ever. Hey, now we have one. It's even really populated. What's this? Deathmatch Dust 2. Oh, let's just hop in. Here we are. This server is way too populated, and wait, this isn't the Dust 2 I remember. They just added a bunch of random rooms on top. Well, at least this map is actually fit for a standard Counter-Strike deathmatch, and not as miserable as those CS2 deathmatches where you just spawn in and immediately get shot in the back of the head. And it's an actual team versus team deathmatch too, which is for some reason missing in Counter-Strike 2, because we don't really need that anyway, right? You can choose your weapons, and then just get to it. And there are those sweet voice lines. Rampage! Multi-kill! Although I'm not sure if these are actually vanilla or added by the mod the server uses, which also speaks in this really creepy German voice.
Was gefällt dir davon am besten?
Anywho, the core gameplay is actually really fun. There was no one dominating the lobby, and everyone seemed kind of on the same skill level. And I hope these weren't some bot accounts either, because no one in my whole, overall, I played over a couple of days, I played maybe 3 to 4 hours on the server. No one ever said or wrote anything in the game chat, so I'm really hoping these weren't some bots farming a Steam level, because for some reason that's a thing people do on Steam. Anyway, on a different note, I'm not sure if that what I'm about to tell you right now was a bug or something else, but when I first played the server, I for some reason had an infinite magazine on my deagle, which meant I could just keep firing without reloading, and thanks to that I was able to absolutely destroy the enemy team in their spawn. I had the same anomaly when I joined again a day later, and then again, but on the 4th day, it just vanished. Not sure what that was all about. Seeing as the server provider actually runs multiple deathmatch servers, I tried out another. Deathmatch on Office. Classic hostage map. A deathmatch in the office is an absolute dream come true, let me tell you. Although admittedly, the fact they didn't artificially expand Office like they did Dust 2 was starting to show its flaws. Because all of these players on this small map made it a lot more cramped and deadly than before. Still a pretty fun time though. Would definitely recommend a deathmatch in an office. Next up, I was looking for something a little more spicy and found 2 servers running AWP/Magnum sniper rifle only deathmatches. The first one I joined was completely abandoned at this point, so I ended up playing with 3 other bots for a while. Not to say they ended up kicking my ass, seriously, what the hell is it with the bots in this game? We were on a custom map as well, nothing special, just a few ramps really, and a tower. More than enough for an AWP deathmatch though. Playing this practically all on my own felt a little weird. I know it's just some server in a game, but it's kind of got that eerie feeling of a game being all forgotten about, but still running and just waiting for its players to eventually return someday, even though that will never happen. But besides that, it's a fun time. Eventually though I moved on and ended up joining a similar op deathmatch on a map that absolutely destroyed my eyes, so here's the warning: if you're suffering from epilepsy or something similar or don't want to end up with your eyes hurt, please skip ahead now. Because what the fuck is this skybox? The game itself just basically boiled down to a huge plane with a bit of cover and a 2v2 sniper duel. This time with actual players who for some reason preferred this eye-destroying map over the other one. I killed some, and I got killed by some. Didn't last longer than 10 minutes on this map, however, so that's really about it for this server. Okay, last but not least, the final server I decided to showcase here, the zombie server. Basically, they take a map and turn it into a would-be Resident Evil by having zombies and other zombie-type enemies spawn everywhere, infinitely. Again, this server was populated, at the same time no one seemed talkative at all, and honestly this was the first server I had like no fun on at all. I was just kind of running away from these weird enemies endlessly and shooting them to no avail at all. Apparently you could buy better weapons, but I was not really able to figure it out. Someone new joined eventually and I kind of ran along with them for a while, but then the game also crashed for whatever reason, so yeah. That was really my experience on the zombie server, but there are a fuck ton of these. Like, they do a zombie server for like every map, okay? People apparently really like zombie game modes. Almost like they made a zombie game mode in a very popular other first-person shooter game a few years later. If you know what I mean, Counter-Strike invented it, okay? And this also concludes the dive into the existing Counter-Strike source servers. I'm aware we didn't really go into all of them, all of the servers that exist, and they're still being actively run, what's having a stable player count of none at all, but I wanted to explore what the player base was up to in this video. And we kind of figured that out. I mean, they play deathmatches, which were hopefully not bots, and apparently they really like zombie game modes. Just realized we never even tried playing traditional Counter-Strike gameplay with other players. It's fine. We'll figure it out. But before we go, there's something else I still really wanted to talk about. The atmosphere in this game. I talked about this before in my video on the atmosphere in the first Hitman game, which you should totally watch because that's a really fun video. In that video I very briefly went into how games that run on Valve's source engine always have this weird, hard to describe atmosphere to them. They all share this somehow beautiful, cozy, and yet also incredibly nostalgic feel to them. Partly due to the fact that, well, in this case the game came out 22 years ago, but also due to the feel of most of these maps. Maybe it's also just because the map called DE_Aztec specifically is able to scratch that itch for me. Perfect workplace for me personally would be one surrounded by greenery and plants whilst it's raining, but a specific grade of rain, I guess, that turns the clouds into this like grey and dark tone. Kind of think back to the Columbia levels in Hitman Codename 47 for me. That's really about it. Man, I really need to talk about Hitman Codename 47 more. We'll do a video on Hitman again soon, okay? And there is actually a map in Counter-Strike Source that doesn't exist in CS2 anymore, which is the map called Aztec. Coincidentally, the one I've been showing in the background during this section. I don't even necessarily think it's a fun map to play on, because it's just kind of like two paths leading to the same bomb site. But the atmosphere? Let's just take it in for a moment. It's almost as if I can feel the echoes of the thousands of matches played on this map before I myself was ever even on this planet. It's incredible. Anyways, the video has gone on for a little while now. Didn't want to make a video that's too long, so this is a shorter one. I guess I can now confidently state that Counter-Strike Source is in parts a really weird game, but it's also still alive and also a game that is probably more fun nowadays for an hour or two than grinding CS2 for 6 hours. If you're actually someone who played this back in the day, you get a nostalgia bonus factor. That's cool. Additionally, a key takeaway will probably be that community-driven freedom and a community having the ability to influence or even create parts of the games themselves is really something that can make or break these kinds of games, and an aspect that really needs to be elaborated on further in the future. Okay, last but not least, before we actually end this video now, there are two very dear to my heart topics we need to talk about. Firstly, I have changed the upload schedule a bit. If someone even gives a shit, because my upload schedule used to be all over the place. I made like a video in April, and then a video in May last year, and then one in December. And I tried making a video consistently after that. I kind of had a little low, like a mental low last year, where I generally don't even know how I survived that, but okay. And so new upload schedule will be one video every Sunday, and they range from whatever the hell I decide to make. Okay, so could be a short 10-minute video like this, could be a 1-hour video, whatever the hell I decide to make, because I still have a lot of ideas I want to work on. I really want to branch out into more topics, which I will be doing in the next few weeks with the new videos. And well, I don't want to stretch this too long. Just a quick thank you to everyone who actually watched my shit, who liked my shit, who subscribed. We have 10 subscribers. That's incredible. That's 10 people. I didn't subscribe to my own channel. That's 10 actual people. None of my friends or family know about this 10 people. That's really glad to see 10 people like my shit. And thanks to everyone who wrote a comment. That also, it really did make me happy. And yep, second news is I have a second channel now open. It's also linked. I will link it in the description. It's linked on my channel, and I might make a post about it. It's called Ikuyover. That's a genius pun on Kita. Ikuyo. It's Ikuyover. And I'll use that channel to just kind of make like dry videos where I just talk about shit. I want to make a video just talking about the Silent Hill 2 remake, which I played, which I can't at this time make a proper video about because I don't have a good way to record my PS5 gameplay. So I'll make a video just kind of talking about with like some stock gameplay, because I still want to lose some thoughts about this game and about other games too, and about other topics. Not sure how that upload schedule will be. I'll see if I can just push one out one video a week as well, and then we'll be golden. Really, that's about it for now. Just a quick thank you for everyone. I know I've been leaving out outros in my videos recently, because I don't really want to end up with each one of my video ending with the same YouTube shit where it's like, oh, thank you for watching, please subscribe, please like. I just want to, like, you know, keep the flow in. But this is like a genuine thank you for everyone who watched my shit, who likes my shit. I know there's someone out there who watches every single one of my videos. I can see it in the analytics page. Thank you so much for watching my shit. I'm really glad you like it, and I hope a lot more people will like my stuff, and I can grant you all a good time, some good entertainment. Okay, see you everyone, have a great day.